Liberty, with you for every step on the road to financial freedom.
A spending audit might seem like a very formal term used by accountants and financial experts, but in reality, a personal spending audit can be very helpful in getting a broad idea of your financial status, where you could be cutting costs, and whether you have enough money left to spoil yourself. Sheila and Roby, thank you so much for joining us. So what exactly is a spending audit and how does it differ from budgeting?
Well, Tony, a spending audit is something that you would do on a regular basis, either annually, biannually, or as much as you'd like. What you would do is assemble all your bank statements, your slips, and do an audit on your spending habits. How that's different from a budget is something that you keep and create on a monthly basis. So what you would do is track your income and expenditure and sort of set aside various amounts for your living expenses and needs and wants and savings goals, whereas the audit itself sort of does the overall tracking and monitoring of that budget that you keep on a monthly basis.
Okay, so I can't say I budget every month, so I don't need to audit.
I mean, you could. I just think it would not be in your best interest from a financial point of view. It's very easy for certain expenses to creep up on you. A lot of people will not include, let's say, for instance, bank charges or the odd coffee or bottled water in their monthly budget. Clothing expenses, emergency expenses, those things might not necessarily fall within your budget, and to forget about those might have a very vast impact on your financial plan.
And let me take myself as an example. If I'm spending 1,400, 1,500 Rand on coffee every single month, surely I could be using that money in something else.
Absolutely. And with the effect of compound interest, so 1,500 Rand a month over a period of 10 years could get you, let's say, a few 100,000 in savings. So it is something to consider.
Well, when you realize you're not spending your money effectively, when you see those little holes that you're talking about, then what? What do you do next?
So obviously, the first advice that I would give is to seek out a financial advisor. A professional will give you a lot of structure in terms of budgeting tools, personal financial auditing tools. That is also someone that can hold you accountable. Then to accumulate all your financial spending, so within your bank statements, within your monthly budget, keeping your slips, having a good look at that and seeing where the money is leaking out.
Well then, how many times should one carry out a spending audit?
Tony, it really just depends from person to person. For myself, I'd like to do it biannually, just to keep track, because I'm analytical in that sense, as the nature of what I do.
Yeah.
Most people would do it on an annual basis. It is quite a lengthy and tedious task to sort of filter through all your bank statements and all your slips, and to even sort of coincide that with your annual tax return might be a good idea to exercise it in that way.
Well then, Sheila, is there a rule of thumb when it comes to spending and budgeting?
In the world in general, there is the general rule of 50-30-20, which is a standard measure where 50% of your income is used towards necessities, 30% is used towards wants or luxuries, and 20% is used towards savings. However, I found with my clients and with me personally, that rule of thumb might not necessarily work. A lot of people at the moment are struggling to save 20% of their income. So budgeting and spending needs to be very customized in terms of the client and their income and expenditure.
Sheila, thank you so much for joining us. The end of the year is a really great time to look back and conduct a spending audit so you can see where you may have overindulged or where you could have made smarter decisions that would have been helpful in the short and in the long term. The best path towards financial well-being is being honest with yourself about your spending habits.
It's not just your financial freedom, it's your liberty. Let's make it count. Liberty, in it with you.